We're watching Key Largo, 1948, starring Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, and I've seen them both separately in 4 or 5 flicks now, and I'm excited to get into this one. I believe the plot revolves around, I don't know, murder, mobsters, hurricanes. As a Florida boy, I know a little bit about hurricanes, and I'm kind of curious to see how that will be portrayed in this film, whether it's a huge plot point or a minuscule dot on the map. We'll find out as we go along. This film is also directed by John Huston? Houston is how I would naturally want to pronounce that. The only other film by his I know I've seen is The Maltese Falcon. It's possible another one slipped in without me realizing it, but I enjoyed The Maltese Falcon, and I'm excited to get into this one as well. A couple other tidbits I observed on IMDb that this is based on the Broadway play Key Largo by Maxwell Anderson. I had no idea this was based on a Broadway play, so I'm curious to see if we can feel the play-like structure throughout the film, or if they really adapted it and made it more cinematic. Being 1948, my guess is it feels more like a play structure. Maybe limited locations, I don't know, we'll find out. If that's the case, I'm very okay with that because I enjoy movies that have kind of that small, confined space. Some people would call it like a bottle episode type thing to save money, but when it's a part of the structure, it's intentional, it can be really, really fun. It can be a really enjoyable mechanic, and I could be way off about that and how this film is. That's just a potential expectation based on the fact it's based on a play. I also saw that this film won an Academy Award, or at least Claire Trevor won an Academy Award, Best Actress in a Supporting Role. So that's really cool. I don't know Claire Trevor, I don't believe. So it's great that my first introduction to her will be in her Academy Award-winning role, I believe as Gay Dawn. So very exciting. This is an epic choice selected by one of my top tier patrons, Paul Zawicki. So thank you, Paul, for another Humphrey Bogart flick. Looking forward to getting into this and excited to watch with you. Let's do it. Let's get into the movie. Let's experience Key Largo for the very first time. Are we racing a bus right now? Was that police? They're pulling over a bus?
We're looking for a couple Indians broke out of jail.
Okay.
Young bucks in fancy shirts. If you see anything of them, telephone my office at Palm Grove.
Oh, Mr. Temple around?
He ain't here. Hotel's closed.
Bar's closed.
That's right. I told you, didn't I? Hotel's closed. In the summertime, everything's closed.
Give him a drink.
So what are you all doing there?
Come on, Lady Bountiful. Come on, Lady Bountiful. Can I pick him or can't I?
You apparently can. At least in this one instance, based on the limited scope of our sample.
He wants you.
Look, mister, if you're thinking of putting up here, the hotel's closed. Won't be open for another month.
What are you doing here,
We're
though?
here by special arrangement.
I just want to see Mr. Temple.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so?
My name's McLeod, Frank McLeod.
Well, not Major McLeod.
Yes, sir.
Nora! This is George's wife. This is Major Frank McLeod.
How do you do, Mr. Temple? Your husband and I were in the same outfit overseas.
As if she didn't know. How long are you going to be with us, Major?
For an hour or so.
An hour? Well, you could
That's
spare
so
more
short.
time than that. Surely we got a lot to talk about.
I'll talk as long as you like, Mr. Temple.
Good, then you'll stay overnight.
Any news of the Osceola brothers?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben.
We'd like to have a look around.
Well, you won't find those Indians because they ain't here.
Temple says they ain't here, they ain't. His word's good enough for me, and it ought to be good enough for you. Sorry to bother you, Mr. Temple. Come on, Clyde.
Okay, Mr. Temple's respectable.
What's going on here?
Nothing, Mr. Temple.
What's the matter with her? What ails that girl? She hurt?
Case of one too many, that's all, Mr. Temple.
What'd you hit her for?
I'll let you in on something. She's a lush, the lady. After she bends the elbow a few times, she begins to see things. Sucking a kiss is the only thing that'll bring her out of it.
How long have they been here?
He offered to rent the whole hotel for a week. So much money Dad
Dang.
couldn't afford to turn it down.
I agree with that.
Why would they decide to sit down on Key Largo?
I'll be leaving here tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, good, because all this seems suspicious, and not just because this is a
You
movie.
were with George when he died.
Yes.
Was he in very much pain?
He never knew what hit him.
I heard about how you were with old man Temple's son in Italy. The kid got it, huh? Look, 5 of us. We come down here for the deep sea fishing all the way from Milwaukee. More than a year we've been planning it to come down here and fish our brains out. One guy brings a blonde. Well, if she isn't drunk and crying, she's got a hangover and arguing. It's cost us all this dough, and for what? The world's worst time.
Hurricane's on its way.
See what I mean? Hurricanes yet.
That's probably Claire's fault, too.
This letter here from the War Department is the only facts we have, and, well, it leaves us in the dark about a few things.
Hopefully he can bring some comfort to them.
You'd have been proud of him, like every man in his regiment was.
I like the change of music there. It's very patriotic.
George was a born hero, Mr. Temple. Couldn't imagine his death, only dishonor. 3 days and 3 nights he stayed awake, directing our fire. To keep himself awake, he talked into the phone. Most of his talk was about you two.
Naturally.
You'd be surprised how much I know about you both.
What's it like where he's buried?
Just crosses on a slope.
I'd like to pay a visit to that place. Yeah, I would. I'm very grateful to you, Frank. Thank you.
Wind's picking up.
What did you do before the war, Frank?
I was circulation manager for a newspaper.
You never went back to it?
Yes, but I couldn't stick it. Well, then we better just double up on these bow lines.
I love that he's just immediately giving instructions on how to get everything hurricane ready. I mean, I suspect she knows how to handle it, but all right.
She ought to be away from those reefs with this blow coming up.
That's so?
Yeah, that boat's in danger. It's a big one out there.
Charlie! The Winokas are royalty. Charlie's a prince of the Seminole Nation. Every Indian around here is a descendant of Mama Chobe. Him new husband? No, Mama, not your husband.
Not yet. Wait till the end of the movie, maybe.
Pretty big blow coming, Mama? What do you mean? The Indians always know. Don't ask me how, but they do. They always come to us from as far as Matacumbe Key. This one was born in our hotel lobby during the last big blow, weren't you?
Yes.
We here give ourselves up to police.
He thinks it's the best thing.
What Mr. Temple say we do. Him good friend
Wow.
of Indian.
Again, it speaks to how respected Mr. Temple is in the community. Everybody respects him and listens to him.
You're very happy here, aren't you?
Very. Our local police always get their Indian.
Isn't that Ben Way's car? Nora, have you seen him?
No, Dad, I haven't.
Better go out there and sit in his car and wait for him. Or better yet, go and find him. It's raining in on Ben's car.
Ralph, go put up the windows in that car.
What, and get caught out in that hurricane? Not me, brother.
Oh, come on. It's just starting. Calm down.
Yes?
It's about deep sea fishing.
No, we haven't seen him.
Give me that phone.
Oh, they know where Sawyer is. For sure.
Easy does it, soldier.
Who's on the phone?
The law.
That means he won't be long.
Then what?
We'll see. This rain will cool things off, but it don't.
It'll just make it humid and awful outside. Yeah, okay. He's not dead yet. He's just injured.
You want money? Is this a robbery?
That's right, Pop. We're gonna steal all your towels.
That big gun in your hand makes you look grown up. You think. I'll bet you spend hours posing in front of a mirror, holding it, trying to look tough.
I don't want any trouble.
I mean, you are the trouble, though.
We'll be out of here in a couple of hours.
I don't understand why you're prisoners.
Well, put it this way, Pop. You're gonna be my guest for a little while.
You won't get away with it, Rocco.
Oh. Rocco seems pretty confident that he's going to get away with it. I also feel like there's a good chance he's going to kill all of them.
Johnny Rocco, the gangster, Mr. Temple.
They threw you out of the country.
Yeah.
And he's back.
They call me an undesirable alien.
Well, you are a gangster.
You shouldn't have been deported. You should have been exterminated.
I must apologize for Mr. Temple. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The spirit.
Johnny Rocco was more than a king. He was an emperor.
I'll be back up there one of these days, and then you're gonna really see something.
If the time ever comes when your kind can walk a city street in daylight.
The time has come, Mr. Temple is here.
He's just trying to keep everyone alive, I think.
If I wasn't a cripple,
you wouldn't be talking this way. Right, Bob?
You...
Oh, he would be.
You're not quitting, are you?
My boy George never quit, and I ain't.
That's a spirit, Pop.
Yeah. Pop him one. Oh, no. I mean, yeah. Don't you just respect him for giving it a go, though? Excuse me? Oh, someone needs to hit him real good.
A whole bunch of people out on the porch look like Indians.
What do they want?
They want in.
What for?
The hurricane.
I keep them out.
You can't deny them shelter during the storm? I mean, I know he's a gangster and a bad guy, but come on. Isn't he Still human? Possibly not. Possibly not.
Look, when are you coming down? What hurricane?
I want to see the boss.
You're only a couple of hours away. You can beat the hurricane out.
Risky.
That boat stays right here.
Too dangerous. What break up on reef?
You move that boat, I'll blow your brains out.
Okay.
I mean, brains are better than boats, so keep your brains. But if Johnny Rocco had any brains, he would let him save the boat. That is a no-brainer.
Rocco was standing over me. I recognized him right away from pictures. I made a break for the door, and the lights went out again. I'm the electrician.
So I won't get away with it, huh? Well, listen, Hick.
He's definitely not a hick.
I'll be back pulling strings to get guys elected mayor and governor before you ever get a $10 raise. A little wildcat.
Oh, please stop calling her Wildcat.
I knew one like you a long time ago. Her name was Maggie Mooney. But for professional reasons, I had to change it to Gay Dawn.
Oh.
A knockout in those days.
Dang, we met her. No wonder she's always drunk.
Oh, why?
Yeah, I have to imagine whatever he was saying was absolutely filthy. Good for you. Good job.
Gimme.
Are you gonna shoot her? Petty little man.
Forget it. Her kind's a dime a dozen. Close shave for you folks. Closer than the one he got from Angel.
That's a good line.
What's everybody doing upstairs? Have you been crying?
Oh.
Why, has somebody been mean to you? Him? Did you make her cry? If you did, you ought to be ashamed.
Oh, she's figuring it out. Oh, we're in a situation here.
I think I'll go to my room.
Smart girl.
What I need is a drink.
Boss say you get no more drink.
Yep, it's bound to happen at some point.
Is this it? Can cars get through during a hurricane?
Maybe not.
You know, what you were saying, that's the truth. Only you don't believe it. I can see right through you. What you really think is I'm better than Rocco. He's had a gun, you think, and I haven't. You figure it's the gun.
Well, he knows what he wants. He wants more.
More.
Don't you, Rocco?
Yeah, that's it. More. Do you know what you want?
A world in which there's no place for Johnny Rocco.
Here's your chance.
Oh, this could be interesting. Are you gonna do like a
Okay,
duel?
so you gonna use it or not?
Kill him, Major.
Go ahead, show him how you're not afraid to die. Shoot!
Don't do it. Don't play his game. It's rigged, basically.
When Rocco more or less isn't worth dying for.
Give me that gun.
One old man, more or less, isn't worth dying for. A live war hero. Now I know how you did it.
Oh.
All right, Rocco.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very cop move, but I'm scared. You're gonna end up dead. Sawyer! Shoot. Yeah, it was gonna happen. It's not even loaded. He was really holding all the cards. It was really rigged. I should have assumed it wasn't loaded.
Murderer.
He is.
The gun wasn't loaded, but our hero didn't know it.
It's better to be a live coward than a dead hero.
You
Wow.
weren't afraid, son. We all know that.
Oh, yes, I was afraid. But that's not why I didn't pull the trigger.
It wasn't a good tactical decision. Bravery is not a reason to be
I fight
stupid.
nobody's battles but my own.
I can't see it your way, Frank.
No, I don't like that mindset either.
If I believed your way, I'd want to be dead too.
Shoo boy. Yeah, if his reasoning was really just about
You are a
self-preservation,
coward.
and that's pretty foolish. Wow. Honestly, a hurricane's not the worst time to drop a body.
Now listen, I make the run from Cuba. Yeah, I risk my neck, my boat, and the shipment. And you won't come out in the rain. Either you show tonight or the deal is off.
It's more than just rain.
I'll give you 2 hours. You ain't here by 10,
Come
the
on
deal is
now.
off.
Even in Cuba, I mean, listen, as a Floridian, I know this is church canceling weather, okay? We don't cancel church for nothing, but hurricane? Definitely crime canceling weather, too. Come on.
Hey. Did I say no drinking?
Oh,
Didn't
please.
quite get it in.
Just one.
Oh, come on, you made her a witness to a murder tonight. You can't give her one drink?
Bring down the shipment. There were some Indians at the door. I sent them away.
You're right. You gave me my first drink, Johnny.
Oh, so it's all my fault now. 8 years since I seen her. You wouldn't know it was the same dame.
You certainly haven't changed one bit. You're as mean as can be.
The shipment.
Why don't you give us your old song, Now, you sing us your song, you can have a drink.
He's the kind of man, he's the kind of woman. Give me that drink now, Johnny.
No.
What do you mean, no?
You were rotten.
What? She was not rotten. You're rotten. Rotten to the core, Johnny Appleseed. Gonna get her a drink. She earned it, man. No one's stopping him. Everyone's looking to the boss.
Thanks, fella.
You're welcome.
That's all he's gonna do? Just slap him around a little bit? It was worth it. Giving her the drink.
Hey, old man. How bad can he get?
I mean, y'all are right on the beach, man.
He might have killed you, but that made no difference. You had to help her. Maybe it is a rotten world, but a cause isn't lost as long as someone is willing to go on fighting.
There you go. Come on now.
Most of his last letter was all about you and him on the phone. Only he had it the other way. You were the one on the hill.
Interesting. Did he change the story to just hopefully bring more comfort to the family?
Send it crashing down on us. Destroy us all if need be, but punish him.
Oh, shut up, old man. I'm warning you. Shut up! Rocco.
What a prayer. See, the Lord's looking out for him. Yeah, he's freaking the heck out. Impressive storm.
Storm's passing. Will we ever see you again, Frank?
I think you might.
I hope so.
Why don't you stay right on here with us, Frank? You're most welcome. Be proud to have you regard us as your family.
Oh, he's so nice. The boat's gone. Well, of course the boat's gone. You guys were incredibly foolish.
I told him I'd kill him, but he did it just the same.
Aye.
Maybe you'll come back now the storm's over.
No.
Why not?
Because he believed me when I told him I'd kill him. There's another boat out there. Get us to Cuba.
Mr. Temple, you're not a good man. You don't let nobody in. That's no good.
You no more friend my brother than me. We don't do like you say anymore.
Tom!
It wasn't his choice.
You told me you sent him away. They might have died out there.
Who cares? You're taking us to Cuba.
Why should I?
Because you know what'll happen to you if you don't.
I won't take you.
Well, there's other ways of getting at you.
Mr. Temple!
The law. One wrong word out of anybody that gets it just the same as Sawyer. Now, you, sister, let him in.
I'm looking for Sawyer. Is he here?
Is his car still out there?
He's stalled someplace along the road right now, probably.
I'll take a run down Matacumba way. If Sawyer shows up, tell him to wait. I'll be back.
Oh, what? Wait a second. They really went through all that work for a whole lot of nothing, dumping it out at sea. I'm worried. You should move a little faster. They're probably watching you right now. I'm afraid this sheriff is gonna be dead.
Sawyer!
Uh-oh.
He's murdered!
Well, look, I didn't want to say anything. After all, it's not my business, but those Indians you were talking about, they were here.
Framing the Indians. Not the worst idea, but pathetic.
Stop! Stop or I'll shoot!
No!
Your Indians murdered Sawyer. You said you hadn't seen the Osceolas. You lied, didn't you?
I hate that everyone's losing faith in Temple.
And I'm gonna lay charges naming you as accessory. I killed them both.
Someone needs to step up and say the truth. Although you're all in great danger, so what do?
Haven't I seen you someplace before?
Yeah, come on.
I don't think so.
Sawyer can make the visual connection, you can too.
How far to Key West?
About 100 miles.
Some hurricane. Thought it would blow us right out into the ocean. I'll be back in the morning.
Oh, they're here.
You're a sight for sore eyes. Come on in. Curly.
Yeah, the shipment is close by. Yeah. I'm gonna open it up. Let everyone in the room see, or at least the camera. Whoa. I assumed you guys were doing the selling, not the purchasing.
Lathe works okay. Portrait's good.
Is it counterfeit?
No breaks in the line.
Serial numbers check out.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're selling counterfeit currency.
Tell them you'll go or they'll hurt you. And then when you get outside in the dark, make a break. Run. Try to get away. It's your only chance, fella.
It's risky. I like that she's in cahoots with them, trying to help.
When your head says one thing and your whole life says another, your head always loses. What I said upstairs still goes. I haven't changed my tune.
Well, if you're a fighter, you can't walk away from a fight.
So long, Johnny pal.
So long, Ziggy.
Yeah.
See you when.
Yeah.
See you win.
Coming with us? Yes or no? I'm in a hurry.
You win.
I thought you'd change your mind the last minute. Well, what's the damage, old man? Well, that ought to take care of it.
Where are my things?
Oh, I've got to tell you, you're not coming.
What?
Yeah. Unless you can stay drunk for a month.
Johnny, please take me with you.
No, get away.
Why does she want to go so bad? I feel really bad for her. Oh, she's sneaky. She's a good actor, both in and out of the movie. Well done. You gave him a fighting chance.
Run. Run, Phil.
He needs to wait for the right moment. Give him some time. He has to have some kind of a plan. He's just going.
He should have run.
I feel awful. Why don't you go downstairs? It's too hot down there. You think it was such a good idea not to bring her? She might squeal.
Well,
Maybe he can take those two guys. I mean, with 60% of the crew under the boat, maybe now's your best chance.
take a look over the stern, see if we picked up any kelp.
Get him, get him, get him! Yes! One down, one down, one down. That's two! Got him. Smart. He has the high ground.
Hey there, soldier! Soldier?
Yeah, he's waiting for you to come up.
You go up, huh? Go on, you hear me? There's nothing to be afraid of. Touch killed him. He's dead.
Then you go, Jim.
Oh! Johnny, you scoundrel.
From now on, we'll be partners. Everything will be 50-50. What do you say?
No.
Can you hear me?
Smart. Don't give away your position. Just wait him out.
You get rid of me and have all the money for yourself. Is that it? Is it?
No, he's thinking about a girl, probably. Or at the very least, he's thinking about doing the right thing. Willing to go on fighting. Meanwhile, this is a man who's willing to sell out everything in order to try to stay alive. Shoot him. Very engaging final act on the boat. Now go on home, because I have no doubt you are going to make your home in Key Largo, marry Nora, and live happily ever after. At least until the next hurricane.
Mayday.
Are you all right? Are you all right?
I need medical attention. Over.
I'd rather been killed than have innocent blood on my hands.
Oh, I'm the one to blame. If they
No,
hadn't trusted
it's
me, they wouldn't have
all
turned
Rocco.
up here, and they'd still be alive.
It was only Johnny Rocco.
100%
Nobody in the
correct.
whole world is safe as long as he's alive.
Knowing it's all Johnny Rocco's fault doesn't make you feel good about what happened.
Frank, he's all right, Dad. He's coming back to us.
Yeah, open up the shutters so you can see when he gets there. And the sunlight, what a great disposition compared to the rainy storm earlier in the film versus this optimistic hope of Frank's return. Let me just start with some of the cast because everyone here did an incredible job. Lionel Barrymore, the only thing I definitely know that I saw him in was, of course, why can't I think of It's a Wonderful Life? It's a Wonderful Life. And of course, in that film, he's like a kind of Mr. Scrooge character. He's an old curmudgeon. Here, he's just so likable and lovable and kind. And I saw a lot more of Drew Barrymore in his countenance here than I did before. Probably because I wasn't looking for it before. And I was here. But just his personality really shone through here. His character is someone everyone trusted. I love that the Osceolas trusted him. The sheriff trusted him. And we saw that like early in the movie. And it was really, really great. And it was kind of heartbreaking as this Johnny Rocco situation unfolded to see the sheriff and the Osceolas lose trust in him. And definitely horrible that they lost their lives. And I don't know what he could have done differently. I really don't. Interesting villain. Interesting personality. Interesting how the things unfolded. The interactions between him and, of course, our main character, Humphrey Bogart. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't quite pin his character down a couple. He seemed like he was maybe kind of defeated a little bit coming back from the war, where he was leaning a little bit more towards self-preservation and not really interested in fighting the good fight against the one villain there that was present. And it seems like Nora Temple really helped reignite his fight, reignite the fight in him. A couple quotes. She said to him, "A cause isn't lost as long as someone is willing to go on fighting." And that's very true. It really is. There's a lot of obstacles in life and a lot of circumstances where we can lose hope. We can be discouraged. We can wonder if there's any point in us continuing to try, continuing to fight, continuing to move on, because we do sometimes feel insignificant. We do sometimes feel like we can't make a difference. And I'm just someone who believes we can. We can affect change. I just believe it. And even if we can't affect the huge big picture worldwide change, we can always affect change in our sphere of influence. We can always choose to be an influence and wield even if it's a small amount of influence, because I believe everyone does have influence. We can use ours to make a difference, make a positive impact, fight against change, fight against wrongdoings in our community. And I just, there's power in just not losing hope in that. And I guess I'm speaking a little bit to myself today as well. Later on in the movie, Humphrey Bogart's character said, "When your head says one thing and your whole life says another, your head always loses." I love that. I kind of like the examination of head versus heart. And clearly his heart got jump-started, and he was thinking with his heart and thinking with his life. And he's like, I'm going to fight. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I have to mention the scene, or going back just to Lionel Barrymore's character, Mr. Temple. You can tell how kind and generous and big-hearted he was, because unless I misunderstood it, Nora is his daughter-in-law. George was his son. But he didn't give any indication that she was anything less than his actual full-on daughter. And I love that. That's really beautiful. And maybe that's a result of being in the time period. But I can think of today a lot of situations where your in-laws maybe wouldn't be treating you that way. They would introduce you as maybe daughter-in-law, or maybe you wouldn't even be living with them after your husband died. I don't know. But he treated her as his own, even down to the point where he was inviting Frank to stay with them at the end there. And he genuinely was hoping, I think, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think he was genuinely hoping that Nora would be able to find love and find a new life with Frank, or in this case, maybe Frank would find a new life in Nora. Nora didn't have much of a life before coming to Key Largo, and I think the same can probably be said of Frank as well. Key Largo is kind of symbolic of a fresh start, I think, and new hope, and I think we felt that, and Frank really came alive, and that the scene on the boat at the end was magnificent. Very, very good, very compelling, very fun to watch. I'm glad he didn't try to make his move out there on the dock, the pier. I think there would have been collateral damage. I don't think it was a good strategic moment. He really waited for the right moment, and he found it. And he kind of, I think, you could say lucked out a little bit, because 3 of them were underground, and the 2 that were left, 1 was seasick. But I'm just going to call it strategic, and it really worked out. It was great watching, I think, I want to call her Claire Temple now, but Claire Trevor, who played Gay Dawn, she was really good in this movie. She did great. She was a great drunk, and you could tell like she had a real kindness to her and her struggle with the shaking and the alcoholism, and she really played her role well, and she bamboozled me a little bit when she went to steal the gun. I really thought she wanted to go with them, and I was like, well, maybe there's a cycle of abuse, wanting to stay with her abuser. I don't know, but no, she was bamboozling him, and she stole his gun and gave our hero a fighting chance. I have mad respect for that. So I do want to say thank you so much for watching this movie with me. If you enjoyed it, give this video a like, subscribe for more content just like it. I release movies every Saturday. And yeah, here's another video you might enjoy. And check me out on Patreon if you want to support the channel, or watch the full-length reaction. You can watch it with a free trial if you haven't done one before. And big thanks to my patrons. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.